I was doing this. Put your finger in. Oh my God, we're pathetic. Okay.
Here, look, I'll rub your head.
Oh, thank you.
So gently I stroke your hair.
Stop messing it up.
Grab your head. Ah!
All right, we're idiots. Ready? Hey guys, welcome back to yet another Gimpys Gal guesses. The first one back at home. I have to admit I'm a little sad because we had such an amazing time at the WBC last week. We were ready to come home, but just so much going on there that really opened my eyes. We're going to be posting a video shortly after this one. It may already be up by the time this one goes up, but where we're going to talk about kind of our experience there. And it was our first time there, so I personally didn't know what to expect. So we're going to kind of break all that down for you in another video, but I wanted to do this guesses because this is a game that we may be using to start a new series on this channel with me, Gimpys Gal, which is going to be where I actually participate in playthroughs. We've done a few of the games for you and her before, but I don't think we actually did any playthroughs. And so that's kind of what we want to start doing because I'm telling you, being at the WBC and meeting all of the amazing people who are in this industry just makes me want to be more involved in it. So this is a way for me to get my feet in the door with a game that's more my speed. So this is a GMT game, and it is called Dominant Species, a Chad Jensen game. And I really like the front of it, and it's still shrink wrap. It just came in today. Sorry, I don't know what that was. A ghost, I don't know. But it's still shrink wrap. It just came in today. I started it down here so I could open it. But this is what it looks like. I think it was sold out at convention. Is that right?
He sold out or I missed it.
It was either sold out or he missed it. So he went ahead and ordered it online and it arrived today. So he wants me to hurry up and get this done so we can start playing it because he says this is something that I should thoroughly enjoy. It's my kind of game. And that's really all he told me. So I'm going to go ahead and get this shrink wrap off of it here. And the front of the box, I was just telling Gimpy that it looks like, I wish I could think of it, and I hate it whenever I'm like trying to think of a movie and I can't think of the name, and then as soon as I am not trying to think of the name anymore, it'll come to me. But there was some movie that came out a few years ago with Dwayne The Rock. Oh, so amazing. He's so hot. Anyways, you're not interested in that. But anyway, it was a movie with him in it where all the animals on this like island or whatever it was were like huge, and they were like mutants, and there was like giant spiders and giant ladybugs, and it was, I don't know what the name of it was, but it was some kids movie, and that's what this reminds me of because it says dominant species, and then it has like this dinosaur bird looking thing, a tarantula, alligator, rhinoceros, and like a dragonfly. A frog! Aww. There's a little froggy down here at the bottom. I've never let you in to this side of my mind, but frogs are probably my all-time favorite animal. And I might tell the story as to why in another video. That's not for here, but it's a funny story. But I love frogs. Well, let's look at the back before we take the lid off. Back looks like it shows some gameplay. Says 90,000 BC, a great ice age is fast approaching. Another titanic struggle for global supremacy has unwittingly commenced between the varying animal species. So it's like in the past, sounds like animals are going to be battling it out. So it says for ages 14 and up, 2 to 6 players. The playing time is 2 to 4 hours, and complexity says it is medium. So for the game contents, we have 22 by 34 inch mounted game board, a full color rulebook with many examples of play, 330 wooden cubes, my favorite thing because I get to collect things, and that means I get to try to win and beat Gimpy, and that's like my goal in life. I've said it before, but anytime we play something, whether it's cooperative or whether it's something where we're playing against each other, my goal is not for us to win together. My goal is to win with him, but somehow find a way to still beat him or come out on top. So that there's that many wooden cubes in this, great. There are 60 wooden cones, 60 wooden cylinders, so lots of wooden things for me to collect, which is perfect. And then 6 animal displays, 7 tile sheets, 27 playing cards, and the icing on top of the cake, a cloth bag. Who could ask for more? So that is what the back of the box has on it, and that's what it looks like. So let's get into this bad boy. It's a pretty heavy game. And I'm really, like this, the front of this box really is making me think like Jurassic Park with all the different animals, and it's really making me want to play. So I'm trying to get it in frame. All right, we're good. So here is the rules of play. Wow, very, very thin, 20 pages, my kind of rule book. I like the little drawing on the front of the little doodad with the little thingamabobs next to it. Animals and like a man. It looks like a, what would that be called? They're like archaic type drawings that you would find in like caves and stuff. That's what it looks like. And then introduction, if I can speak properly, looks like the same thing here that it says on the back of the box. Then we open it up and we have table of contents. My favorite, because I know exactly where to turn to get whatever information I need to get. Then we have like the glossary, and it breaks down the board and the pieces and all of that jazz. So looks like a pretty easy to grasp rule book. But there's lots of things in this, so should be fine. But that is the rules of play. Just turn through a little bit, show you a little bit of the inside. So that looks like. Then we have, I guess these are the species cards. Isn't that what that said on the back of the box? That there was species cards. Yeah, 6 animal displays. So that's what these are. So we have my personal favorite, amphibians. So we know what I'm going to be playing as. If this is in fact what these are, is what you can play as, then I want to be the amphibians. So it has a little lizard. I prefer it to be a frog, but they're in the same family, so I like lizards too, so we'll excuse it. But it's a cute little lizard drawn on there, and it says amphibians. And then it looks like it has like all your stats on it. It says initiative, adaptation, regression, abundance, wasteland, and depletion. Then we have glaciation, I don't know. And then speciation, wanderlust, migration, competition, and domination. And then reset phase. That's what they all say on it, but they have different stats, obviously. So we have amphibians, we have arachnids, ooh, gross. We have birds, has like an eagle on the front of it. And they have like different symbols on each one. Like the amphibian has like a water symbol. The arachnids has like a shrimp or a larvae or something. Then we have like flowers on the bird one. We have insects, which has like grass for their little symbols. We have mammals, cute little monkey on it. And they have like a longhorn type skull on it. We have reptiles with like a sun and a snake on the front of it. So those are the animal display cards. So I'm assuming it is 2 to 6 players. So you play as these, is my guess as of right now. And everybody chooses one, and then you take whatever you're going to play as, and this gives you the information so you kind of know what your specific group can do. And when we learn more about exactly what our goal is, I'm assuming this kind of helps with each species and what they can do individually. So we have lots of counters here. That's, yeah, these are like, looks like this has dominant species tile sheet 7 of 7. So there's tile sheets. Here is the counters. It looks like it's just for each individual species. There's 6 different ones. And then we have the wanderlust tiles, which again, don't know what that means, but this one has an ocean on it, the sea. So this is tile sheet 1 of 7. This is the front, and this is the back. Then we have tile sheet 2 of 7, which has more of these wanderlust tiles on this side, and then we have some more counters over here. This is the front, and then this is the back. Then these two say tundra, and then we have snake, which has like different colors. So I don't know if you maybe flip that depending on. So yeah, all the rest of these have each of the different animal groups. On the bottom, a tile. It has a light side and a dark side, so that must mean something with your movement or whatever. But this is the second sheet. Then we have tile sheet 3 of 7. This is the front, more of those wanderlust tiles. Don't know what that means, but obviously it's going to be important. And then we have more counters. We have the bird species on the bottom. And here's the back. 4, again, same thing, more wanderlust, front and the back. 5, front and the back. Front And the back, why are you doing that? Do you want me to tell them what you're doing? Right? And the back. Woo-ah! So these are all of the species or the counters or whatever they're called. Here is the mounted game board. I do know that. And then my favorite thing is in the bottom. So let's open this to show you. It looks pretty large, which I like. So, just kidding. All right. So I think when it says that it's mounted, it means that it's just like on this material, right? That it's cardboard or this really thick board. Wow, this one is a big one. I'm going to fold it back properly. Don't worry, all those who freaked out the last time when I folded it wrong. I won't do that again. I will never make that mistake again. So here is the board. If we can get all of that in frame. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so let's fold that back up, and I'll just kind of glance. So we have the food chain up here. It says mammals, reptile, bird, amphibians, arachnids, and insects. And then we have tile scoring, and there's different number combinations with each of the different land, like sea and wetland, savanna, jungle, forest, desert, and mountain. We have bonus points table. And then up here, it starts at 0 and it looks like it goes around to 100. So my guess is that is the goal, getting 100 of something. Oh my God. You're disgusting. We have some available dominance cards. We have those Wanderlust tiles. We have some areas for that to go. And then like Wanderlust, migration, competition, domination, reset phase. So I don't know. I'm not really understanding. But here's the cloth bag, best part of the game. But here is the part that obviously lets me know that it's my kind of game because it has all of these tiles. I'm not going to get them out because there's just too many, but we have cubes, we have cylinders, and then we have cones right there of like all different colors. So I don't know. We do have cards. So this says survival card. Should I open these or no? Let's open these just to see, because sometimes they can really give me a good indication of like what the deal is. Forgive me. No, I got it. He's like always ready to pull a knife out and let me use it. It's like I'm trying to open up a piece of mail and he'll be like, flick his knife out. Like, I got it. It's like, I think I can do it with my fingernails. All right, I got it. So these are the cards. There's not very many cards in this, so I don't think they have a ton to do with it, but obviously they come into play somehow. So it says dominant species survival card, and we have give this card to the player with the most species occupying tundra tiles. And then it looks like the rest of them are all the same, so they kind of look like that on the front. And then we have all different things. We have aquatic, we have biodiversity, biomass, blight, catastrophe. These look like event type of cards. So I'm guessing that on the board, you're moving around because you want to get points. So that little tile on the bottom of the counter sheets that was representing each animal group, my guess is that's what you use to keep score of how many points each group has. As far as the rest of it, there are tiles. So I'm assuming that you're going to be placing those tiles and you're going to be using these maybe or those other symbols to, I think it's those other symbols. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Like, for example, this is the amphibian symbol from the little card. So maybe these are what you use to occupy different areas. And then you can only occupy certain areas depending on what animal you are. And certain animals can take out other animals. So maybe it's, it's just like it says, dominant species. You're trying to be the dominant species. How you become the dominant species, I'm not 100% clear on. But we know you're going to be collecting things because there wouldn't be this many of something unless it was intended for you to collect them. So this is just like, or like the Lion King song, like, like to hold these up. That's how I feel about them because I absolutely love anything where I get to collect things. So my guess is you're trying to get to 100. Maybe that's, or you can probably keep going around the board and get however many points you can get. But I think that's your point system. And at the end of gameplay, whoever has the most species dominating the board wins. I don't know how you place the tiles or when you place them. I'm assuming that's what these cards kind of help with. And yeah, that's kind of my guess. It's a little bit vague, but without reading the rule book, that's really the best I can do, because I don't ever want to, read too much and then that defeats the purpose. So my guess is you're trying to be the dominant species, which I know guys. I mean, I know how amazing I am, so don't worry that I guessed it right on the money, because I'm just that smart. I mean, it doesn't matter that it says dominant species on the box. I'm being sarcastic if you're not picking up on that. But anyways, that is my guess. As simple as it sounds, I mean, the game is called Dominant Species. If you look at all the different pieces and all the different parts of it, it seems to me that the general idea of it is you pick one of those 6 animal groups, and between you and someone else, or up to 6 players, you are trying to be the dominant species. It looks like these are like event type cards, so they can throw a wrench in things, help you or hurt you. And then along the way, you are probably collecting these on these different tiles or somehow on the game board. And then there are points to be had as well. So that's my guess for dominant species. I hope that it wasn't too confusing, but thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! But I'm always amphibians, just so you know.
Okay.
And you need to make me a frog wooden meeple for this game so I can use that as my piece. So go find some wood, cut a tree down, and make me a frog. Okay?
Or we could just order you a frog meeple.
Okay, let's do that, please. Okay, thank you.
Bye.